Mm. Hello, 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 hello. What is going on today? I hadn't had a chance to see what everyone's up to. I just got some coffee. So let's see. What is going on today? Uh, you know what I found out today that I really wanted to share with you guys? I found out that I guess this is a thing I didn't know that you can actually pay money to go out into the seas and hunt hunt pirates in the Somali coast. And I just thought this was super funny. I don't know what you guys think about it because I don't know. I just think it's a funny thing. I found out about it today. And apparently you can pay money to go out and pay like this Russian yacht. And I guess it makes a lot of sense to be on a yacht because the idea is that you want the pirates to attack you. If they don't attack you, then you cannot. All right. If they don't attack you, then you cannot attack them back, right? So you can pay money, um, and it's about $6,000 per day, and you can go out into the coast. They basically pilot you along to the areas where they know where the pirates are, and then you kind of hope for them to attack you. And for $5 a day, you can rent yourself an AK with and another like I don't know. Let's see, those are euros, so maybe $13 or so. You can get ammo, and you're hoping for them to attack you so you can offload on them. I don't know. I just think it's pretty funny. This is some high level rich people things, you know? It kind of reminds me of you hear the stories of like plantation owners and they have like they have these galas, like Illuminati stuff where they kind of hunt people. You know what I mean? It reminds me of that. So like you kind of get like you get you it's $6,000 per day, right? And you're there and you're just on the seas, right? And you just hope that they attack you so you could just offload. Because if you see them and they don't attack you, then you're doing something else. But if they attack you and you can then it's self-defense, right? You're defending yourself. That's the idea. But I just think it's funny that you're like on this yacht and you're just like waiting for someone to attack you. uh, what other, I guess, rich people things that you can do? Because like $6,000, that's crazy for one day. What happens on? Okay, now I'm thinking like you pay $6,000, right? The first day goes by, nothing, and then you're like, oh, I'm already out here. You already traveled. Let's just go another day. This could run up pretty quickly. What else? Eh, I mean, the only thing that I really want to do down the road, I haven't had time or the chance, is I want to do that hog thing that they do in Texas, where they put you on a helicopter and they give you a rifle, and you're like flying through Texas, and you're taking care of the wild hogs. That's a big issue that they have over there, right? That's some, I guess, some rich people things. That's something that if I had the time, I really want to try. But this Somali pirate thing, do you think I'm kind of curious now. Maybe that's what I'm gonna be looking up as I'm talking to you guys. I'm kind of curious if anyone's actually done it. Because, like, can you imagine, like, who's a big hunter guy? Like Donald Trump Jr. Do you think he does that? Like, You think he has tried it? I mean, I'm looking into it now. I'm just finding out about this now. But apparently this is an old thing because some of these articles are going back to like 2009. So I guess it's been a thing for a while. But uh what what else is like a really weird, I guess like another rich person thing that I guess only rich people would know would be to do the Everest hike, to climb up Mount Everest. Like that's up there as well as like rich people things because like if you're struggling, you're not gonna have time for that at all. Um, Another thing I found out the other day was the I made a small video about it, but it's basically the club index, and it's basically about how dancers are seeing a big decrease in traffic in the clubs these days. And I guess it's been a thing. I just found out about it recently. Supposedly, it's a better indicator of the economy than the stock market because stock market is high level stuff. This is boots on the ground. These dancers know the economy, I guess, and they're saying they're seeing a big decrease. And the last time, I guess there was this big of a decrease was during the '08 recession. And I just thought that was pretty interesting because I don't know you guys remember, but during the pandemic, things were shutting down. And one of the things that people were really trying to keep open during the pandemic was the club, the dancing club. You know what I'm talking about. And I remember, you know how like restaurants during then were building outside patios, right? To do this because you can't be in an indoor area. And you just think about pandemic logic was if you're indoor you're going to spread it, right? And the club is an indoor activity, and they did not see that big of a decrease during the pandemic because they were just doing it outside, which I thought was hilarious. That that's a crazy thing. Do you remember this? Does anyone remember this? Am I going crazy? I remember they were building like see-through um like rooms that are on like flatbeds during the pandemic, and the dancers would be inside like this plexiglass like room thing that they have on flatbeds, and they would drive around. Do you guys remember this? Like I don't mean, I wasn't engaged in any of this, but like I just remember seeing these stories on the news that when things were shutting down, the club was trying to figure out a way to get the girls out there. And that was one of the solutions that they came up with. was to outside was to basically build an outside area. And I remember when I saw this story, I was like, how can you have girls dancing outside like this? Because it's like almost a free show. Because I remember I was with my wife on the freeway, and we're passing by a club thing, and she was like, oh, I wonder if we can see some of these girls outside. So I don't know how we got here, but from talking about Somali pirates, but that's just an interesting thing that you could do. Uh, like, imagine like in a way, it also reminds me of like the underground fight scene. Like, I wonder what that's really like in real life, because in the movies and stuff, they always do that thing where you're like, oh, this is where real fighting happens. The kumite style. That's a more like also like rich guy stuff. Like you want to see death matches, kumite style. Oh, sorry. Wow. What else can we do? If you had like a gajillion dollars, what would you be doing? What rich guy stuff would you be doing? Would you be doing the space thing? launching launching yourself into space? That is, I feel like Oh, now I'm trying to figure out what is worse. Do you think hunting Somali pirates, paying to hunt Somali pirates, or flying to space? Which is the worst rich guy thing that you can possibly do? that's that's a topic because like hunting Somali pirates, in a way, you could justify that you are helping society, right? Because you're essentially hunting pirates, but you're paying money for it on a yacht, which is a terrible look, by the way. You're on a luxury Russian oligarchy yacht with an AK and some grenades, and you're hunting Somali pirates, or you are trying to fly into space, which has zero impact on anything, right? Zero impact on anything, which is worse. And oh, actually, flying to the space tourism is actually worse for the environment because of how much waste and junk they use. So you gotta weigh these things, all right? Which is the worst rich guy move to do? Flying to space, Somali pirates. Because Somali pirates, you are taking a life in a way. If you get, but that's the other thing. Like you could be paying all this money and nothing could happen. Who knows, right? Or you could be flying to space, or just exploring. I guess it's just exploring random things, doing random things that have nothing to do with anything. What is the worst rich guy thing to do? Because I know the whole girls flying to space thing wouldn't literally would not have been a big deal at all if they just did it and not tell anybody. No one would care. The fact that they told everybody that they did this rich person thing is the reason why people are so angry at them. Because and the part that makes people also very angry about the girls flying to space story is that they were trying to make it seem like they did something, but it has zero impact on anyone on the floor, like ground floor level, zero impact. And then they're like, "Oh, we did." It's almost as if they went up to space and sang the Imagination song. It's that level of like I don't know. It's just that level of like cringe inside them going to space and pretending like it meant something to I don't know the girl at the club right now. If you want to go back to the club girl story, because right now I saw like tons of videos going back to the club story of girls working full days to get like $5 because no one's in the club right now. No one's got extra money for all that. You know what I mean? What else is going on in the world right now that I can share with you guys? Let me go find some. Let's go find some clips while I am uh, just looking around. Do. There's. Let me see. Let me find some clips for you guys. Oh, I think I found one here. This is a fun one that I did a short on earlier. I thought it was funny because it's just one of those things that just gets people so upset uh, for no reason at all. But I love to share this stuff with you guys. Let me see if I can get to it. Here we go. It's just this one right here. This girl in the car. Like, you know what's funny? And to be honest, I've been guilty of this as well. The current landscape of social media has turned everyone into experts inside their car. if you're not if you're not making videos inside your car, what are you doing with your life? That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Oh, I love this. Um, and what makes me laugh about this is because, like, yes, I know they you won't every person that's here would not be here if there wasn't someone. But you gotta keep in mind, guys, has a little input in that as well. So you can't say you created all 8 billion people by yourselves. That's insane. That's like taking 100% credit when we did something. you know, you know, it's like saying like you're baking. I saw a comment. They're like, oh, it's like the oven. Okay, yes, they are the oven, and they're part of the chef. Like they're part of the baker. But you're forgetting the Sue baker that helped get that process done. But that's one thing I don't like about the whole argument. I guess why people are hating on the ladies so much. It's what always bugged me about that is that that's somebody's sister, that's somebody's mother. Like you wouldn't be here without your mom, and good or bad. Some mothers are terrible, some are great. It doesn't matter. They have an impact on your life somewhere. So I get a little weirded out when people are always trying to suppress women rights. But then again, I have a daughter, so maybe I'm like, I want them to do well. But for them to take 100% credit for something, that's also crazy. So what else is going on in the world? We could talk about the RFK thing, the registry. That's interesting because that's been dividing the internet lately. If you guys haven't heard, RFK wants to find out the cause of autism by the September. Is that what he said? Like, I think it's very interesting. He gave himself a hard deadline. Like, this is the date that we're gonna find out what's going on with autism. you know, um, and I saw this funny thing, and I don't know. It's funny to me. I find it interesting, and to me, funny and interesting are very like intertwined in a way. Is that he wants to create the registry so people will, in a way, in a long about way, not get diagnosed. And then if they don't get diagnosed, then the autism numbers go down. And then, in a way, he can say that, hey, I did it. From last year to this year, it went down. That's just a theory. The other theory that's on the internet that is he wants to make a registry so he can do some Gestapo stuff. Like you registered your cousin, and now he is taken away. You know what I mean? Like that's a theory that's out there as well. I don't know if you guys what you guys think about that theory, but that's a theory that's out there that he wants to create a registry so they could just hunt down everyone, or create the registry and that will cause people to not get evaluated, and then the numbers will go down and you can say, hey, I did a very good job, numbers are down, we found it, we did it. you know yeah, so that's those are the working theories. Let's see. Oh, speaking of that, look at this. I found myself a clippy clip. Let's see. What is this guy? He seems like he's big. It says he's the leader. So let's. Who's this guy? Oh, oh, that was close. He almost. Woo. Gotta cut that before he messes up my stream. Whoa, that's a lot. That's some energy right there. If you guys see the comments on that video, Um, they're all saying, yes, he is built different. He is the leader. um, gosh, the internet and the comments are insane. They just like sometimes you just see a video and you know right away. You gotta get into the comments. I would love to show them, but they are a little too crazy. I'll just sum it up in one thing. They're just saying this one was built different. Ah, why internet? Why? That 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 is always something that's very interesting. That a lot of them they do have a similar look. That I find that very interesting as well. See what else is going on in the internet. Oh, I saw this the other day, and I thought this was very interesting. I don't know how true it is. Have you guys seen these? Like, especially with the AI now, there's been like a big uptick on. I personally don't like the AI voice. I don't know. Do you guys like it or not? But it's very good, I guess, for making these quick informational videos. So you can just like I don't know. They can just pump out these videos very quickly. But I saw this one and I funny too. Okay. Oh, 3.8. Okay. Okay. 6.7. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. We'll skip that. We want to know what's first place. All right. 7. Ecuador. Woo. Okay. When I saw this, right, first thought that came to my mind when I saw that video is one, uh, I'm not going to spend the time to fact check that. That's too much, right? But my first thought when I saw that video was, who in the world is measuring this? Who is keeping track? Imagine if that was your job, is to go around to different countries and measure guys' legs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a crazy job. Like while I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna look. I guess I'll do it real quick. But I'm just curious because I know how they made that video. They probably just looked it up real quick and had AI generate the script and whatnot. But they must have gotten it from the internet somewhere. Uh, so someone's job it was to go outside and measure uh, guys' legs, third legs from different countries. Let's see. Uh, okay, average is 5 something. Yeah, I don't know. I just typed it in real quick. The AI says 5.5 is average. Okay, so I don't know what. And you know what I found very interesting though. Okay, we'll dissect it just a little bit. All feelings, no facts, I guess. Um, so somewhere in that video, it said that in Ecuador, based on cultural or dietary, uh, like basically what they eat, their nutrition, or what they do in their lives, the average in Ecuador, I guess, was it like 6 point something, right? Six, just say six something. Okay, so what crosses my mind right now is that they did South Korea, which was 3.8. Okay, There's they didn't give any reasons. They just said South Korea 3.8. But they did say that in Ecuador it was 6 something. So my first thought now, well, not first thought, my thought right now that I just came up with is maybe if you're in South Korea, you should take a look at what people in Ecuador are doing for dietary reasons, right? Science reasons, and incorporate more of their cuisine inside what you are doing. What is the food in Ecuador? Let's look that up. Common foods in Ecuador. What is the famous foods? Let's look at this. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, okay. Ecuadorian foods. Okay, let's share this screen. We can. I hope it doesn't turn black. As again, I am still getting very good at. Where is it? Boom, boom. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. I think I know what stops the stream from showing. If it turns black, I'm sorry. It's because if an ad pops up, then it turns black. If it's not black right now, great. I'll figure this out later. All right. Ooh, okay, so they eat. It seems like, in terms of famous food wise, a lot of seafood. All right, let's just do this. Okay, looks like a lot of shrimp dishes, plantains. I see a lot of shrimp, corn, plantains. Seems like that's the jam. Okay, I feel like it's the plantains because I'm trying to think. What is something that they eat in Ecuador that they do not have in um, that they do not have in South Korea to make the difference? Okay, if you're just joining now, I am looking up Ecuadorian food because we were watching this video here. I'm gonna play it again. All right, for the new people, because we have some new people that are joining us, and we want to figure out what is it. What is the cause of the right? Okay, South Korea. Okay, 3.8. Okay, let's skip forward. Blah 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 blah. All right. So second place. We're just talking about second place because they mentioned it in the video. Colombia. Oh, it's Colombia. Sorry. Okay, 6.7. Okay, now let's look up Colombia. Because wait, now I'm thinking about Colombia and they're saying it's like dietary stuff. When you think about Colombia, what is the first thing that comes to your mind that they have over there that is not in South Korea? Now, you thought it. I didn't say anything about it. You know what I'm talking about. I didn't say anything. It's already in your head. Okay? There's one thing that Colombia is known for that is probably everywhere that they do not have in South Korea. Okay, you thought it, not me. I all right. Um, what are some common foods that they have in Colombia now? Because they're in second place. I believe Ecuador was in first, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, second, first. What's an inch? Not even an inch. It was like a point of an inch. Okay. Traditional Colombian food now. What did I see? What do we see? Avocados, uh, sausage. What's this? Sorry, like I said, sorry if it goes black. I noticed it goes black. If there's an ad that pops up, it'll go black. If not, you guys can see this. All right. Just flipping through. Just want to see some pictures. Looks like corn, eggs, sausage, avocados. This bread, whatever this bread is, looks pretty good. Okay. My feeling right now is that from looking at this, right, is that these are very calorie heavy foods uh, because in South Korea, oops, in South Korea, right, the common foods here are vegetable based. Like you see, it's lots of vegetable based foods and fermented kind of foods. This is just at least common foods that you would see in South Korea. And so my logic here, again, all feelings, no facts, maybe some facts, is that in Korea, South Korea in general, they experience extreme poverty during the war, and that's what caused them to pickle a lot of their food. That's why how kimchi came about. That's why you see a lot of traditional Korean dishes. They're always like fermented in some kind of way, or salted, or made to last. Basically, it's because, and it's a lot of vegetable dishes because during the war they didn't have access to livestock. You see lots of stories of them living in like these caves or holes or whatnot during the war, and in a way, that's how kimchi came about because you could store it underground, and it would be a food source for them. And it was very hard to store livestock. You know, like how could you be in hiding during the Korean War and carry livestock? It smells, it takes up land. You have to feed it for you to get something back. It just didn't work out. So that's why a lot of traditional Korean foods are like pickled or vegetable based. And you said they use a lot of eggs too in their dishes, right? Because you can, that was their source of protein. And as they kind of came out of that, beef became a big thing. That it was more like how Korean barbecue came about. Again, like I said, this is just my thoughts on what I've heard over the years. Is that they came out and it was a big luxury now that you can actually eat real meat, and that's how Korean barbecue came about and why they're so meat heavy now. um, but yeah, my thoughts again is that maybe if you're in South Korea and you're in that, I guess, South Korean average of size, that maybe you should take a look at what people in Colombia or Ecuador are eating, and maybe incorporate that into your diet from a younger age. You know what's funny about all that stuff? It's too late for you. Okay, you're born, your size is your size. Okay, but you have a way to change the next generation. Your uh, descendants don't have to go through your pain. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I just thought that that was the first thing that I was thinking about. Like they said that South Koreans have the smallest, and the South American countries have the biggest. So let's blend the two together to get an average. What else is going on? I saw. Let's see. Do. What else is going on in the world? Uh, uh, uh. I guess I'll touch on this real quick. This was a big thing that was going on yesterday. It could be going on today as well. I haven't had a chance to look at current news. But what I found yesterday that was super funny was the whole Trump China negotiation thing on the tariffs. What I found funny was that um, the whole day yesterday, they were talking about how there have been, Trump is saying there have been talks with China to kind of figure out. I mean, the whole day yesterday was a reactionary day to Trump saying that he's going to be doing something with the Chinese tariffs, that they're going to maybe go down or something. They're close to reaching a deal. That's the whole day yesterday was that. And the stock market went up yesterday because of that, right? There was optimism in the air. Right? Optimism in the air. And what I found funny about that whole scenario was he said that, right? And then literally the Chinese government and the Secretary of Commerce, whoever that was actually in charge of peace talks or whatever with America, said, "Hey, there have been no talks. We have not been talking to anybody from the States at all." Right? And then uh, a like someone from the media asked Trump about that, like, "Hey, you said that there were talks. There haven't been any talks." And then Trump's remark was, "Hey, we talked to somebody over there. We talk to them every day. We talk to somebody, right?" And my thought process was I don't know why no one said this, but I thought it was super funny. Is that so Trump saying they talked to somebody, China is saying they did not, right? But there was a third person thing that happened yesterday that maybe could relate to all three of these, right? And how they could all connect. And no one said anything about it, and I'll bring it up. Okay? Trump said that they're talking to somebody. China said it was not us. The third person that they talked to yesterday was South Korea. And then I saw on the news they said that, oh, the talks with South Korea went well. They're aggressive and moving forward and doing everything. So my thought now is that Trump thinks that China is South Korea, and that's why he thinks that the talks are going on and they're close to reaching a deal because I'm telling you, go back to yesterday and go through all the coverage, okay? Trump said that they're talking to someone in China. Things are going well. They're close, right? China says we didn't talk to anybody. And then there was a third person, South Korea, that says that the media said the talks are going well. They're aggressive. They want to get this done quickly. So it feels to me that maybe all Asians look the same. And they were just mistaken China for South Korea. Like, look this up. I'm telling you. That's literally the first thought that came to my head yesterday when I was watching the news, and I was like, I don't know, this is kind of weird because China's. Then again, okay, here's the thing: you gotta take with a grain of salt. And the other thing that I guess a lot of people just don't understand about this whole situation: Trump exaggerates a lot. Okay, and so everything he says, you have to take with a little bit of measure, right? Other side of that, China is known for the fake out, or they're known for, in a way, misleading. I want to say lies. I don't know, but they're known for keeping the cards close, right? So Trump exaggerates. They, on the other side of that, like to keep things inside close, right? So things could be going on. We just don't know. Maybe Trump's too quick to jump the gun, and China is like, hey, chill. Nothing's happening. Or it's what I could be saying. It could all be they all think that they all look alike, and he thought that South Korea was China. That's about it today. I think that's good, unless there's something else that you guys want to talk about, and we can talk about it. Let me know in the comments, because I'm gonna jump out soon. I have other things to do right now. It's a busy, busy day. Unless there's something else that's really interesting that you guys want to talk about. Unless you want me to solve a world problem. I don't think I've done that in a while. No one's given me any problems they want me to solve. Uh, if you've watched my old ones, I've solved tax problems. We've done Canada tariffs. I had a solution to that, and I think it still works out. you know, but yeah, let me know. All right, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'll be back a little bit later. Thank you, thank you.